I can hear the eye rolls beginning again already. More Angband variants, yeah. Just to reiterate the logic, so we're all on the same page. My objective right now is to run simultaneously a long-term roguelike, i.e. one that, in theory, if we are to be successful, could run for 100 plus episodes, in conjunction with smaller roguelikes where we can have them, wrapped up in 1, 2, 3 episodes at all times. The problem is, in terms of long-term roguelikes that have that kind of duration or size or scope, most of them are fucking Angband variants. Like 90% of them are. Those that aren't, we're going to get to, but they're outnumbered by a large portion by Angband variants. So that's why we're looking at another Angband variant. But I do have my eyes set specifically on a specific, what is at present not an Angband variant, and that is Tales of Mage. The problem is Tales of Majael's predecessors began as Angband variants. So to get to Tales of Majael, we have to go through Tome 3. To get to Tome 3, we have to go through Tome 2. To get to Tome 2, we have to go through Pernangband. To get to Pernangband, we have to go through Zangband, since Pernangband is a variant of Zangband, which is a variant of Angband. So that brings us to here. I will say one last thing before we even just dive in. This runs in a window, Zangband, in the same way that, say, Angband that we looked at last time. I'm not a big fan of games that don't have a set size. When I opened it, the default window size, I started experimenting with it before realizing that in terms of selecting the races, as an example, most of the races were missing on my screen because the window wasn't scrolled down far enough, and it's just the default was too small. So I've had to experiment a lot to try and get a window open that gave me, as far as I can tell, all of the information on the screen. I may have to adjust the window on the fly if it seems like it's not working anymore. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyways, here we are. Let's dive into Zangband. Let me move this to the side. I also hate the fact that it has all this... I have to black out portions of the screen or else you're going to see mouse contrails because it fits weirdly. I don't know, man. I don't like these little window things. All right. Let's take File, New. You can't see this because I'm recording the window, but File, New. There you go. Choosing a sex, we're going to play male. We're almost always going to play male. I hope that doesn't read as a bias, other than the fact that I myself have a penis, and it just makes it easier for me to relate to the character. Here we go. What do we know about Zangband that stands out right here? I mean, let me start with the premise. Zangband is based on the works of Robert Zelazny. He has a series of novels called Amber, or set in the Amber universe. I don't know anything about them. Nothing whatsoever. The core mechanics of this game are still Angband. It brings a lot of new stuff to the table, for sure. It messes with some of the rules. But the core mechanics remain Angband. But the objective is not to kill Morgoth, it's to kill the Great Chaos Serpent at depth 100 feet. There's another big bad on depth 99, or not 100 feet, 100 level, 5,000 feet. There's another big bad at the 99th level that you have to kill to open a staircase to get to the 100th level. Exactly like Angband, just with new monsters, new races, and yeah, new spell systems and kinds of things like that. The combat system remains largely untouched as far as I can tell, which means we're going to be stuck with low freaking light weapons again, which always drives me nuts. But what are you going to do? I've never understood why that's the case in Angband. It seems silly to me. But there we go. All right, what are we going to play here? You can see we have a lot of races we can choose from. And I am tempted by things like half-troll and shit and half-titan. That sounds amazing. You can see this Amberite right off the bat has these amazing stat increases to begin with. But you can, as opposed to, say, the Maiar that existed in Angband, which I experimented with, where he had incredible stat increases. Here, it's offset by an experience penalty. You would need 225% as much experience to level up if you play an Amberite as you would if you played a human. That wasn't the case in Angband. You could just play a Maiar, and it was the easy mode. We're not going to play a fucking Amberite. I don't want to have that much experience required. And what we are going to do, and I say this because it may result in a very quick death for me because I'm particularly bad at the following. But we're going to try it because we never tried an Angband variants. We're going to try and play a pure spellcaster. And for that reason, I think I'm going to play a Dark Elf. So that's what we're going to take here. I'm going to press E. I didn't notice what his things had. Is there a back? I can go back just to see what that was. Whatever. We're a Dark Elf. And we're going to play a Dark Elf Mage. Some of the differences here, I mean, these you can see, the first 5 are identical to anything we've ever seen in Angband. These 5 classes exist, and they're more or less the same. They're slightly different. One of the ways it's different is that mages and rogues and priests and stuff can pick. There are now different spell disciplines. It's not purely you have magic spells and priest spells. You have several disciplines, maybe 7 of them, I'm not sure, 7 or 8 disciplines of spells that are interchangeable between mages and priests to some degree. Although priests have an easier time learning the life path and a harder time learning the non-life path in terms of spell types. And mages have a hard time learning the life path, blah, blah, blah. If we played a warrior mage, which to some degree makes sense to me. I mean, look at those fucking stats. That looks kind of nice. We would be able to play, maybe we even should, a fighter mage, but let's do the pure mage. The difference between a high mage incidentally and a mage, the mages learn their spells and are better at one specific realm. What is the damn term I'm trying to think of? Realm type of spell. But they only get to choose the one type, as opposed to a mage which chooses 2 and doesn't specialize as much. Let's do the damn mage. Whatever. Let's finally do a mage. Now, we got to choose 2 different paths for us to study. As I said, mages in particular have a rough time learning life, so we're probably not going to look at that. I think sorcery and death. We're kind of a dark elf necromancer type guy here. Let's try that. Let's try sorcery as 1, and death as our 2nd. For some classes, it does make a difference which one you put first. Sorcery or death in that case. In that the first one will get more preference. For a mage, it doesn't matter. They're both given equal weight. Now here you have to, we're generating, as you can see right here, the auto roller will generate 500 characters and try to pick the one with the best stats according to the weightings you choose below. Enter a value from 1 to 100 for each stat. As much as I like strength, it's not going to be a huge thing for us. Let's try and keep it a little bit higher. Let's say 75. For intelligence, let's go with 100. I don't know if this is a percentage of best. I don't know. Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? For this, let's go with 75. For this, maybe we're doing this wrong. I guess we can't go back, can we? 75. Let's go with 75 and 50. All right, let's try this. It'll give me a best character here out of 500. There you go. We got strength, intelligence 22. Right off the bat, we can see a key difference that I was unaware of in this game. Apparently, your stats can go above 18/100. I don't even know what to make of that. How high can the stats go? That's interesting. Whatever, let's experiment. So our male Dark Elf Mage, Sorcery Death. We are 93 years old. We are 57 inches, maybe? 95 stones? I don't know. Social class 71. Okay, there's our stats. Our strength is awful. Our dexterity is pretty fucking awesome. Wisdom's good, so we'll have good, you can see at the bottom there. We have bad fighting, poor bows and throwing, excellent saving throws, which means we'll resist enemy spells very well, which is a good thing considering our fighter character got confused last time and it resulted in his very untimely death. Our stealth is awesome, so we can avoid combat if we need to. Perception is good. We'll detect traps and fucking secret doors easier. I don't know what sensing is. Disarming, we'll be able to disarm traps pretty well and pick locks, and we will be able to use wands, staves, and rods excellently. Apparently we get 2 blows per round with our default fists, I guess. 1 shot per round if we're using a missile weapon. Our average damage per round with our fists apparently is 2, and we have infravision out to 50 feet. Let's go ahead and do this. I don't really care. That's fine. Let's just take whatever it gave us. Intelligence 22. I'm not going to argue with that. I don't know what the hell to make of this. Let's call him Mazdar Thorn. Control X to suicide. That's grim. That's a grim fucking beginning of the game. Enter. Okay, here we go. Nice ASCII graphics. You can see right off the bat too. There's a lot of differences right here in the screen. But let's start. That's actually this very first thing we'll do is start by. Oops, I'm sorry. Just let me. Which one's my real mouse? Here we go. Is fucking with the screen a bit because obviously there's a tiny bit off the bottom. There we go. That'll do it. Yeah, a tiny bit bigger. I'm sorry, just because it'll save me work later, not having to mask shit out. If I can make this just right. Good enough. That should be, as far as I can tell, we're not missing any information. We might be, but hopefully we're not. Let's assume that's fine. All right, we can learn one more spell. Let's actually look at our inventory and equipment right off the bat, so we know what we got. In our equipment, we got jack shit. We are using nothing. Let's look at our inventory. So we have a sorcery spellbook, beginner's handbook, and a death spellbook, the Black Prayers. These are our spellbooks where we can learn, our two types of spells. We have 5 rations of food. We have 5 wooden torches. We have a dagger. We have nothing equipped. So the very first thing we're going to do is wield that dagger, just in case. Wield. E. All right, we got our dagger up and running. Out of curiosity, let's look at our character again. Are we still getting 2 blows per round? No, only 1 blow per round with the dagger. 2 blows per round with a fist. All right. Actually, let's look at that again. Average damage per round remains 2. I should probably stick with my fists. Let us now press Shift G. You can learn one more spell. Study which book. Which one do we want to learn from? Actually, before we even do this, let's hit escape. Let's press browse. B for browse, and let's find out what we can learn. So we can learn detect monsters and or phase door. Phase door would be awesome to get out of trouble fast. That would let us teleport brief distances. Does it work the same as, how do we... fuck you. B for browse. A. Just has press a key to continue. We can't really tell what these things do without knowing what they do, as far as I can tell. Might have to look it up. How about death spellbook? What we learn there? Detect unlife, malediction. See, I don't know what these things do. Couldn't learn malediction. Let's Shift G. Let's study the sorcery spellbook and let's try and learn phase door. All right. Now, if we need to, we can teleport away a short distance. I don't think we can learn anything else. That's the only spell we have to begin with. We are a guy who can teleport short distances. How much gold we got? 405. Not bad. Our inventory says we have food, we have torches. We need armor of some sort. Now, I do know one of the interesting as fuck. One of the differences between this and standard Angband, for spellcasters, you don't want to wear anything on your hands. If you wear anything on your hands, it fucks with your spellcasting. I don't know exactly how. I think it gives you a greater failure rate, is my guess. Also, if your armor weight gets too heavy, you start having problems. But we can try a bit of experimentation. I think we're allowed up to 30 pounds in armor weight. If you play a warrior mage, I think you can have 40 pounds. Or 40 weight, whatever that is. Next thing we want to point out that's just odd. Slash, let's identify one. Entrance to a general store. There are 2 general stores here. We are in a town. I think we're in the starting town that starts off with a dungeon, just like in Angband. But in ZAngband, unless you turn the option off, there are multiple towns. You can travel between towns, and there are different stores with different things for sale, different options for what you can buy and what they'll buy from you in terms of how much money they have and all that kind of stuff. So there are 2 general stores here. What the hell is a 0? That's an unknown symbol. How about... let's go see what the fuck it is. How about this guy? Who's he? That is an aimless-looking merchant. He's probably not a threat. Let's assume he doesn't pose us any harm. All right, so this is the Warrior Hall. There's some new buildings, probably based on the concepts that are espoused in the Amber books. I don't think we want any new weapon. I mean, there's nothing wrong with our dagger to start with. Getting a robe might be a good idea. Or soft leather armor. We can afford that, no problem, and it won't weigh that much. As of right now, we're looking at a soft leather armor. Let's see what else is for sale before we do that. Soft leather armor, cap, not gloves, boots. Yeah, we can get the usual stuff. What else we got here? What is 6? Magic store, of course. There's 2 magic stores. Let's just take a look. There's the green magic store, which is a temple, apparently. We don't need to do spellbooks. We're probably not going to get anything here. Amulet of Sensing. What does that do? Can we examine? X to examine an item. Just so I know what J does. You have full knowledge of this item. With this amulet, you feel aware of traps. It increases your perception by +4. Okay, so it'll help us detect traps. That could be useful. He is selling some armor and shit in here, too, and mace and that. We don't want any of that. We're going to stick with our dagger for sure as a spellcaster. That's one advantage to playing a spellcaster of this nature, if we're not looking at a lot of heavy combat, is that it won't bug me as much that we're stuck with light weapons instead of heavy weapons due to the Angband rulings that you're usually better off with light weapons. 5 Trump spellbooks. I don't want those. I really don't for this character. But that was also my politics flung in your face. I don't think there's anything in here we want right now. Now, because we chose Death and Sorcery, there is one type of spell you can choose if you're playing ZAngband as opposed to Angband. And that one path of magic you can study, which is called Arcane. The advantage of Arcane is that its spellbooks, all 4 of its spellbooks, and each of the paths has 4 different spellbooks you can buy and learn from, or get and learn from. All 4 of its spellbooks will be available in the stores for Arcane, but that is only for Arcane. For the 2 paths we chose, Sorcery and Death Magic, the first 2 should be readily available in stores. The other 2 we're going to have to find in the dungeon or else buy off the black market. They won't show up in normal stores. This is my home. All right, we know what that is. I'm just trying to see what the full extent of this place is, too. Like, okay, it's a smallish town. There's not a lot here. Let's go to 0. There's the staircase down. This aimless merchant is not going to bug us. Oh, he hit us. Fuck you. Who the hell am I to say he's not going to bug us? He's fleeing. No, you don't. You fucking hit me. You're dead. And I'm taking your money. Look at my hit points. Ouch. What's here? Look. Oh, it's a skeleton. It's his corpse. Let's rest. Jesus, that hurt. We have very few hit points and we're shit at fucking fighting. Let's get some defense going at least. Let's purchase B. Oh, son of a bitch. So it looks like for ZAngband, the default is bargaining is back on. I might try and turn that off. As a general rule, I like to play with the default rules, but truthfully, the bargaining just takes a lot of keystrokes, and it hurts my hands. We'll use it for the first mission here, or like for the first bit while we're buying. When I leave the store, I'm going to see if there's an easy way to turn that off and just have it give me a set price. I think there is a way, but it automatically gets you a 10% sales tax or 15% sales tax or something, so maybe I won't. Oh, I didn't have to bargain. Maybe it's off by default, or maybe I just offered him full price, like an idiot. All right, well, let's buy a small leather shield. I think we're allowed that. What are we going to offer him? It doesn't seem like I'm allowed to change it. I don't mind that. I'm not brokenhearted if that's the case. Let's try purchasing D and see if we can figure this out. If I just start typing in, like it says more, right? Accepted. You bought a hard leather cap for 15 gold. Okay, well it's just automatic. You can see right there. All right, well maybe I'm shut my mouth. Great. If it isn't required to bargain, I don't want to bargain. Let's equip everything we just bought. No, let's press W for wield. Wield E, wield E, wield E, and wield E. Okay, we have an armor class of 14. I think we're going to have some trouble because our only spell... we can't get anything else, right? Our only spell that we know, literally the only spell, is fucking Phase Door. Like, we can't zap anybody with a magic missile or anything. How are we going to get through this goddamn combat? We bought all the stuff we can buy there. I mean, we could enchant. We have enough money. We could buy an enchant weapon skill and enchant our dagger a little bit. We could also look at, to be honest, we could look at, oh, fuck, a Rod of Lightning. Well, we can't afford any of that stuff. What is some of this? What's a Rod of Pesticide? Poison Ball. Interesting. There's no wands we can get right now that would save us, is there? We need something to go into this dungeon and not be instantly killed, because that would be a very embarrassing beginning here. We could look at a bow of some sort, even though we're going to be shit with it. Is there any place we could buy a bow and arrows or a sling or anything? Cold armor. What the hell is that? It's just 6. 6 armor class. Interesting. Cord armor. What? How dumb am I? Sorry. He has pebbles here. If we could buy a sling, we'd at least have an option to stay back and not engage if we could avoid it. But can we even find a sling? Supply store sells scrolls and stuff. It's a little different than the usual. You can't... Oh, you need a shovel, of course. Let's buy that. Purchase B. Agreed. Okay, we got that. We could buy flasks of oil to fling at people, but that's just too expensive. Shite. Let's examine F and see if it's the same. Gives us temporary blessing, improving our armor class and weapon skill. It doesn't, unlike Angband proper, it doesn't tell us how much. It's kind of annoying with these older versions of the games. Alright, well, I'm glad we got the shovel. It's the first time we haven't made that mistake walking into the dungeon. We've got that. Yeah, they don't sell a sling anywhere, eh? You're not seeing it? Warrior Hall. A sling or a bow. I'd prefer a sling, I think. Oh, he's got a short bow. We may have to do this, guys. Just because I'm afraid to go into combat at close range. Given we had trouble with the fucking merchant. Alright, we bought a bow. Let's go buy some arrows. Does he have any here? None here. It's kind of hard to figure out what stores to go to because they have all kinds of shit everywhere. Flight arrows. I guess that's what we want. Versus, he's only got a few there. Is there something else that we can get more of? Like something lighter. Something that's not as amazing of an arrow, but is more prevalent. He's got the same thing here, flight arrows. Okay, let's buy these. Purchase D. Let's buy 40 of them. For 40, that's fine. Okay, let's wield. F. Okay, we've got a bow. Even though we're shit with it. Look how bad we are with it. Poor. We're bad. Even worse at fighting. Let's go down here. Let's enter the dungeon, and let's regret all our decisions. Alright, this room is lit at least. Let's wield a torch. So we have it. What was that? I mean, let's pick it up. Let's pick up everything we find right now, right? Oh, interesting. It doesn't no longer step on it to get it. It gives you an option. Yes, no, or K. What does K do? No, that probably squelches it or something. Destroys it. Yeah, let's pick up these torches that are laying here. I don't want a rodent skeleton. I think we saw a monster here. We did. Let's look. It's gray mold. Let's try firing at it. Fire H north. It died. Good, okay. Let's get our fucking arrow back. Yes. Let us also do the usual of inscribing. Let's see if it works. Inscribe what? Let's inscribe our shovel with at wield 2 and see if that's the same in this. Wield 2. Oh yeah. Okay, let's inscribe our dagger with at wield 1. So when we wield 1, W1 to wield the dagger. As you can see, anybody who's watching these videos, I am not going into in-depth how to play Angband. We're doing a lot of Angband variants on this channel. And if I take the time to explain every single one of them how to play Angband, I may explain some of it as we go, but maybe not all of it. So be aware there is an entire Angband series, there is an entire Angband series, there is an entire Moria series already. Go check out those if you want more details on how to play the core game. If you want to know more about ZAngband versus Angband, well, that's what I'm here to learn, so you can learn with me. Let's try pressing H to hit. Can we try period for closest? Doesn't work. Asterisk. Enter. It is on dry mud. That's what I'm trying to do. T for target. And that worked. It's a bit clumsy how to shoot these guys. Can I put on, like, last... There's certain... let's see here. Let's say yes, confirm to wear wield cursed items. Let's say that's yes. Pick things up by default. Not yet. Reverse experience display. No, I don't know what that means. Automatically open door. Okay, display floor stacks in a list. Prompt when buying or selling. I don't mind the fact that it's not doing that right now. Use old target by default. Let's put that on so that when we're shooting it'll be a little easier. Maybe I won't have to specify the target. It'll just keep shooting the last guy. Let's try period and a direction. See if that works. Okay, at least the auto movement works. Unlike in our game of Moria. We're 24 minutes, guys. We've only got 6 minutes left to explore this dungeon before I got to call this first episode done. Let's fire. H, west. We hit it. It looks like it changes oh no, I guess not. It's just dead. It's dead. Let's pick up our arrow. Fire. H. Asterisk. T. It's a lot of fucking key presses to shoot. Versus the modern Angband where you could just press a single key, just H, would automatically shoot at the closest enemy with your top thing. What the hell is this? This is new. It's a tree. There's a tree down here. We can walk through trees. This is a pile of rubble. Let's try control and a direction. Does that work? Yes, it does. That's a little easier than in the Shift T. I'm just picking up all the rubble because sometimes there's stuff under the rubble. Don't know what trees do, aside from block line of sight, but you can walk through them. That is interesting. One thing we didn't do at our... Fuck, I forgot to do something at my birth options, but oh well, we'll take whatever's happening here. There's something in this game where you can put on quests, so I know what they are. Let's see if it has stuff here. Allow silly monsters? Yes. We don't want nightmare mode. Always create unusually small dungeon. No. Stores are permanently closed. No. No, we don't want to use Vanilla Town. Monsters behave stupidly. No. No. I'm not seeing the stuff we want. There are, as far as I know, one of the other interesting things in this. Let's look at E. Out of curiosity. No. I like the fact that it says level 1. That's fine. Show labels and object, whatever. See if this use color if possible. Yes. Highlight the player with a cursor. No. Well, maybe it is doing that and I didn't notice. I don't really care, to be honest. Use special colors for torchlit grids. Yes, let's put that on. For viewable grids, no. Wall grids, no. I guess. Sure. It's not gonna be slow. I assure you, it's not gonna be slow on our computer. I don't know what this means, but let's fucking say yes because I don't know what the hell it means. Always center the player. We definitely want that on. Yes. Avoid centering while running. No. Okay. We must be near the edge of the map. That's why it's not scrolling. There is in this game, to the best of my knowledge, a pillar. I don't know what to do with that, if anything. Something called quests, where you can... Can I fire at him? Yeah, apparently. Yeah, see, now it's just automatically firing at the same guy. That's fine. How much experience do we have? We're hurt somehow. Let's rest. I don't know how we even got hurt. Maybe I walked in and hacked at that guy without thinking. I don't remember the other guy. Experience 18. Is that how much I have to go? With the quests, it'll say, like, if you go down and kill X, blah, 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 we'll give you something. I don't remember what it was. I read about it in the book. I don't quite remember how it worked or what it was. I don't like the fact that I can't tell this is a wall easily. Let's wield 2. Let's control. Let's get it. Wield 1. But you can set up how many quests you want. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's fire H, east. I don't even know if we hit him. We missed him, he hit us. I'm going to hit him one more time, and I'm going to fucking phase door out of here. Matter of fact, I'm just going to phase door out of here right now. How do I do that? M for magic. A. B. And from here, let's fire at him. Fire. H. Asterisk. T. Fire H. Fire H. We hurt him a little bit. Like this monster is tough for us. That's sad. Let's rest right off the bat. I'm not used to playing this kind of a character, where we are very much in danger, and lack certain spells. I'm surprised. Like is there a graphic option for that? Let's try gameplay options, by the way. Get last words, I guess. Allows uniques to speak, yes. Allow unusually small dungeon levels. You can allow it, sure, just don't make it all. Map remembers all torchlit grids. I don't know what that means. Automatically note important events. Sure. Allow notes to be appended to a file. Don't know what that means. Sure. If anybody knows what I'm doing here, if anybody knows what these things are, tell me. Don't know what these things are. Sorry, let's make my cat out, because my cat is... My beautiful cat, one of them is smart enough to open doors, the other one is not. No offense, Kiri. You're kind of the dumb one, but I love you. Let me just see. Sorry, this is all so new to me in terms of... let's try display options again, first of all. Show dungeon level feat. No. Show labels in object listing. I don't give a shit. I don't know what that means yet, so therefore I don't care yet. Use special colors for viewable grids. Use special colors for wall grids. I was kind of hoping that would at least fill in the walls there. Allow monsters to carry lights? Sure. Why would I not? I don't know what that means. Alright, let's wield 2. Let's control southeast. Get this money. Digging stuff out of the wall with our shovel. Wield 1. Get our dagger back in our hands. So like Angband proper, unlike Moria, you can wield simultaneously a melee weapon and a missile weapon. I think we're just about done here for this episode, though. Let me just do a tiny bit more exploration. And I better, and then I think we're going to call it quits right here. So, I mean, whatever. We're in this game now. I'm curious about the differences. I'm kind of excited to play a mage for the first time. I'm obviously going to have to be very cautious. You saw that kobold was a serious threat to us. I've never played a character that's threatened in any way by a fucking kobold. So this is very different for me, but we'll give it our best shot. If anybody knows how to make it so that one real pet peeve I have right now is that that asterisk to denote treasure in the wall looked like treasure on the floor. It should be embedded in a wall graphic. I'm surprised that it's not. To the best of my knowledge, I am playing the most modern ZAngband there is. I think it was 2.5 or something like that. I'm not sure. We'll have to look at the title screen next time to check it out. If there's a more current version I'm supposed to be playing, let me know that too. Also, I'm just going to see something out of curiosity. I'm not going to do it. I just want to know. So there are different tiles for this as well. We're not going to do tile graphics this time. We're going to play with the ASCII. But old tiles, Adam Bolt's tiles, David Gervais tiles, and big tile mode are all here as options. Sound as well. We want to put sound on if we can. I don't know. I tried. All right, I'm out of here for now. Let's do the obligatory file save to make sure. Saving done. File exit. There we go. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.